Good
morning, everyone.
morning.
It is Thursday. Happy Transformation Thursday. I hope that your morning is off to a beautiful start.
We are here with you from another location yet again.
Yeah, and today, as you can see, we are in the same location. We'll share with you a real quick story in just a little bit. But before that, let's begin with a couple of updates. As we before we get into today's topic. By the way,
What is today's topic?
Today's topic is maintaining a holiday routine. The importance of maintaining a holiday routine during the holidays.
Oh my gosh, Sarit.
What is it?
Self-care rituals for a stress-free holiday.
Okay, well, there you
That's
go.
why I did this. Okay, we're ready.
Anyhow, what?
Now they feel woo, zen.
Okay, tell us what's today's
That's all we needed to
conversation
do.
again.
Holiday rituals
Mm-hmm.
for a stress-free. Some rituals for a stress-free holiday season, okay? Something like that.
Okay, holiday rituals for a stress-free season. Love it. Okay, a couple of updates for December because we are in December. You guys, did you know that during the month of December, most Americans gain on average about 9 pounds per the month of December,
which is month of December per month
for the month of December. And obviously here we are on a mission to debunk that because we have higher standards. So there's a bunch of things that we're doing this month in order to support you guys with that, of course, in addition to our programs. So thing number one that we have going on is this is just a community-wide challenge that everyone is free to join, able to join. It's basically a run 1 mile per day. So basically for the first 21 days of the month, we run 1 mile per day. How many miles are you in so far?
I am in, today's the 4th.
Today's the 5th.
I'm a half a mile over, so 5.5 miles.
Okay, nice. Good job. What about you guys? If you're participating in the Run a Mile Challenge, go ahead and drop. What is your mileage so far for the month?
Do you care to know why I'm at 5.5 and not 5?
Can I make a guess?
Yeah.
Go the extra mile?
I know, because I don't want to run on Sunday, so I'm going to have an extra mile built up.
Okay, nice. I mean, there's plenty of ways to climb up a mountain.
Listen, I'm climbing up the mountain and I see a cute little park bench and I've got a little PBJ in my backpack. So I want to sit on the bench, eat my PBJ, and then continue on my journey up the hill. That's what Sunday is, PBJ day. I don't eat peanut butter.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you saying?
I was just imagining some person on a trail. And they take a break and they eat what would they eat? I don't know, a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
It's too cold right now to take a break when you're on the freaking trail, okay? That's just the reality of it. Like when we went to the trail on Sunday, at the end our hands were like completely freezing. Like we couldn't even hold the dog's leashes anymore.
Weather.
Yeah, true that. Well, I mean, we came here at a perfect time. It went from fall to winter in a matter of 2 days. Beautiful. I'm currently at mile number 5 in the 21 mile challenge for this month. So, by the way, if you're here with us, say good morning. Tell us, who are you so we can see you. Lisa, I see you. It's good to see you. But if for everyone else, we'd like to see you too.
You know what it did for me the other day? I could see like a few and then I couldn't see anymore.
Oh, that's interesting. Daisy!
Still can't believe we moved away from the beach. We were talking about this. How I lived in Oregon, which has a beach.
Mm-hmm.
You lived in Jersey, which has a beach. Mm-hmm. Then we moved to California, which has a beach. Then we moved to Florida, which has a beach. And you lived in Israel, which has a beach.
I lived by a beach my entire life. And Jersey was the worst beach that I was around.
And even in Africa?
Well, I mean, that was a baby.
You lived in Jamaica, where there's a beach.
Yeah, right. California, Florida. Yeah. Well, we wanted a different vibe, Daisy.
We got them smokies
We
here.
we realized that it's not just about the beach; it's about nature in general.
Hi,
So-
Marva.
Hi, Marva. Good to see you. Okay, so that's update number 1. Update number 2 is a bunch of us are doing the Fit and Lean Challenge, and this month we are.
Bless you.
We are sneezing. We are on our first 5 days, and it does involve some new product that is peptide based. So it's going to be a really just cool way to see what these products can create within our bodies. And really the intention of this challenge is to be able to keep the fun during the holidays and still drop some weight. So stay tuned over the next couple of weeks to see how we do. And if by any if for any reason you are interested in perhaps joining, I think it's about 50 of us who are doing the Fit and Lean Challenge. If you want to join us, just go ahead and drop Fit and Lean in the chat.
Fit and Lean.
And we'll see if this is something that you want to be a part of.
I
Okay.
want to share something that I'm feeling with this challenge is it's also just a good sense of accountability to be around everybody doing the same thing at the same time. I remember when we did the Raw, and one of the most powerful things about it is that everybody started at the same time, finished at the same time. There's some kind of teamwork, like togetherness,
Element.
element. And then also knowing that, I'm going to go into January with momentum and with, let's leave it at momentum. That's great. And rather than just from a dead stop. So
Yeah.
It's not too late is what you're saying?
Yeah. If you want more information, you can totally join us. We did not yet get our product because our product is in the pod, which is having some delays. So it is what it is. But regardless, the next 30 days are going to be awesome. Update number 3 is we, by we, I'm talking about me, myself, and I, and Boogie and Callie. are hosting a special masterclass for you guys to set you up for success as we head into 2025. It is the 3 simple steps to create unmatched confidence in 2025. And really what I believe that we do that is unmatched and so different in this industry is we help to empower and inspire people to become the most confident and best version of themselves. Truly, it's not just fitness, it's not just about nutrition. So it's like, okay, what are all the elements that I get to have in 2025 in order to create that? So obviously it's completely free to join us. It's going to take place on the Wednesday the 18th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Mountain, and 2 p.m. PST. So to join 3-step to confidence class.
That's in 2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks. You'll need to register. So I'm dropping the link right now.
Register and share with your homies.
Yeah. Register and exactly. Feel free to invite your
type
people.
What is that?
I don't know, but how the heck am I going to share the registration?
Check the chat or the comments for this long.
Well, it's a Zoom link.
Alien looking.
It's a Zoom link. Well, that's what we did last time too.
You're taking it so seriously.
Yeah.
I'm
serious about it. Wow. Boogie, Callie, and I are preparing. You want to see how they're preparing? They're preparing really hard right now.
I see Callie look like a cow.
And Boogie has his face right on the on his bed. It's amazing. Dogs are amazing.
All right. Any more updates?
Okay, so today, are we talking about holiday routines to have around the holidays? Just kidding. So today we're talking about routines to create
it's self-care.
Self-care to create a stress-free holiday season.
All right, great.
Okay, you want to hit me with the first one? Because I made myself a list.
You know what's crazy? Mine is going to be, okay, so as we go, I may discover more things. But I actually like to stay on what my routine is all of the other times of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I've made some adjustments because of the new environment. So I get to figure that out. But it still stays around the same. It's like wake up, brush teeth, cold shower, chug water. It's the water game. Chug it.
Do you
Have
chug your
vitamins.
water while you're in the shower?
Sometimes I do, and when it's so cold, it's like this.
Yeah, it blows my mind that you actually do that. And one day I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, you want to take your resilience to the next level? Like, maybe try drinking your water while you're in the cold shower. And I'm like, no, I'll do that after.
I feel like it's actually easier to hold my breath to chug the water when the water's cold, because you know, like it takes your breath away anyway.
Mhm.
Like takes your breath away is like you actually have a hard time breathing.
Mhm.
So I find it easier to hold my breath to chug water because it's like I'm in the natural habitat of holding my breath. Because the whole point of cold shower is like force yourself to breathe and get
Mhm.
through it and do the hard things and start your day with a win. That's my intention.
Same.
But yeah, it's not really.
You know what's a really helpful tip for early morning Midwest cold shower? I'm telling you, cold shower. It's not like, oh my God, it's cold
I
water.
know the
It's
answer.
like it's like needles.
I know the answer. Don't think.
Oh no,
Just go.
no! I'm gonna give you guys a tip. It might sound like TMI, but it's like it's the
Are you gonna pee in the shower? You pee on
dude.
yourself?
So listen.
She pees on herself. She
It goes
pisses her
forever.
pants every day.
So listen.
That escalated quickly.
Listen, like saving your pee to the cold shower is one of the best things because it's like an internalized way to like warm yourself up in the first few seconds where I'm like breathing like
No, listen.
I know you pee in the shower too.
Listen.
Give me a smiley face if you pee in the shower too. If you don't, you're not a real human.
Listen, you're off on something though.
What?
It's not only great to pee in the shower on a cold day. Every day it's great to pee in the shower. It's so convenient. Like, okay, let's get real. I pee in the shower. Listen,
Saves water too,
saves
baby.
water, just goes down the drain.
Saves your body temperature too. I'm telling you.
You're about to wash yourself anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, the ground is dirty. With the
no,
soap
it's actually
running around. Like,
well, pee is actually a really great disinfectant. What are you talking about?
I'm actually. What are you doing, babe? Cleaning the shower.
Oh my God. Is that why the shower is so clean?
I'm cleaning the shower floor
every day.
I'm pressure washing it.
Yeah, you better believe that first one is a pressure wash.
I can't breathe.
So, how do you de-stress during the holidays? Number one, laugh
pee
more.
in the shower.
Number two is pee while you're taking a cold shower. If for those of you guys who are taking a cold shower, try peeing in it. Like Daisy, you said, you do Wim Hof breathing in the cryotherapy tub. You can't pee in there. So,
well, listen, I'm sure you could. I don't know what happens. Daisy, you should try it.
Bring an extra pair of pants, but they'll make it extra cold.
No, I don't think the cryo you're wearing any clothes. Are you wearing clothes in that?
I don't know. Probably not, actually. What am I talking about?
Do you wear clothes? I've never done cryo.
Neither have I. Neither have I. Yeah, I believe probably not. But
and now we're all peeing. It's so good. Moreno, it's great to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while. Some of you guys are
okay. If you guys laughed, even like giggled a little bit in any of that time, please put a laughy emoji or something, because I'd like to know we brought some light to y'all's too serious lives.
Just underwear. Yeah, no, peeing will make it complicated because
you gotta bring more ruse.
Yeah, but when that pee gets cold, that gets real cold. You know what I mean?
All right.
All right.
Back to the topic.
Anyways, okay. So
Number one, laugh more. Number two, pee on
okay,
yourself.
so you're starting by talking about the reason why we got to this pee conversation is because you're talking about your morning
right.
routine.
So you distracted me with the shower.
I did
thing.
because I figured it'll bring some holiday cheer. Did it not?
It
or
was
did it?
wonderful. It did for me.
Okay, great.
So, yeah. So my morning routine stays very similar. So then I go vitamins, green juice. I don't know what you're laughing at.
Well, yesterday we were told that it's the we're a cult. Have any of you guys ever been asked, "Oh my God, you're part of this cult?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm a part of this cult that talks about cold showers and peeing in the shower." And I don't know what to think about that, but it is what it is.
So then what do I do after vitamins? Coffee, walk the dogs, all these things kind of make the bed. It's the same. Here's the one thing that I haven't yet to sort out is my reading time that I usually have in the morning. I've had a hard time with that. But no matter what, the whole point of this is I intend on keeping my routine the same, but it already is a stress-freeing routine.
Mm-hmm.
I get to figure out how to have an extra 30 minutes in the morning without waking up 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that I wrote is just in general routine as well, because I do believe that. So here's the power of a routine. When we are off a routine, we actually get to make more decisions. And this is why, the reason why, for example, go ahead and drop MDBS in the chat if you're in the $1 Million Body Society. So in the $1 Million Body Society, what we do is we have a high sense of accountability and a personalized lifestyle plan that allows us to cultivate and build habits. The reality is that we are who we are today because of the habits that we've cultivated up until now. That's right, all of the MDBS peeps. Let's go.
I'm reading your guys' funny side conversation.
So no matter what, our brain is going to follow the path of least resistance. So having a routine is actually a way that allows us to stack powerful habits and actually increase our bandwidth to increase our level of discipline and willpower. The more we have to use our willpower, the more it gets fatigued. It's kind of like a muscle. The more you, let's say you want to get one strict pull-up, okay? In order to do that, it's required to increase your lat strength and your bicep strength and just your grip strength. So every single muscle group that requires upper body pulling is going to be involved. So in order for me, let's say to test my first pull-up, if I haven't gone any, first I am going to train these muscle groups so that I will be able to do that. And the last thing that I would do is I won't test my 1 rep for a pull-up after let's say a day of training my biceps and my lats. Why? Because they're fatigued. So I wanted to share that analogy. Maybe I wanted to make it be really simple, but it actually sounded a bit complicated. But anyways, my point is that the more we flex our willpower, which is a muscle, just like our bicep, just like our quads, just like our lats, like anything, the less likely we are to follow through with discipline. So every single day, we want to flex our willpower just a little bit, and that's why we do tough things. That's why in MDBS, it's okay, we check off our targets until it becomes easy, right? Because the more we flex our willpower every single day, it's 1 rep, right?
It gets more tired. So you have less willpower.
Yeah. And as our tolerance increases over time, we have less resistance. That's why starting and building a pattern is the hardest thing. But once we build a pattern, it is actually harder to break the pattern. So for example, for Aaron and I, because we're so used to, let's say, working out every day, for us, like
like think about a habit. Like one of the things about a habit that is like the most obvious thing is that it's hard to break.
mm-hmm.
Even good ones, like even healthy ones, even supportive ones, right?
Yeah.
Like if you told me, okay, Aaron, stop working out, like you can't run, like don't go lift any weights, like don't move your body. Do you know how insane I would go?
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you think about somebody who wants to stop smoking cigarettes, like you've been doing it for so long that it is uncomfortable, it's weird, it's mental to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So that the same thing though is true with healthy habits.
Yeah.
And it's like you really don't have a true habit, I wouldn't say. Like people that 31 days or however many days, 60 days. I think if you want a real solid habit that you actually feel like if somebody told me to stop working out, I'd be like, you know, like over my dead body. And I would say it will take 6 months to a year plus.
And really, it depends on the level of commitment, right? So that's why, like MDBS, we have really cool announcements coming for you guys in January with the app development. But it's like we go in 60-day cycles, right? But I'll tell you, like there's some habits that are harder to break, like the snoozing the alarm. Like for me, I remember it took me years to like actually commit to hydration. So that's why repetition is required. And there isn't like, I don't believe that there is like a typical, like, oh, it's going to take you however many days. Because I believe that everything is a continual practice, no matter what. And the other thing as well is that some habits are just going to be harder to break than others. And that depends on environment, that depends on, like social factors and, like
willingness.
our level of our identification. There's some habits that we identify ourselves with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. But point is, having a routine, especially during times where there is more happening, aka the holidays, is paramount because it's like the anchor that keeps us grounded. So that's thing number one.
I started drinking I've been drinking the amount of water that I drink around 100 ounces a day. Half of my body weight is probably 70 ounces. That math took way too long. And when I wake up in the morning now, if I forget to put my water by the bed, I wake up and I grab for it and I'm like, shit. Like I'm actually looking for my water. It's that much of a habit for me to chug water in the morning that if my water bottle were not there, I'd be looking for it. Like, oh, it's missing.
But because you're so used to front loading your water too, if you, let's say you don't do it in the morning, you might miss it later in the day. And that's probably why you
But I'm just saying, like, I've done it for long enough now. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm actually thinking about doing the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I forgot to work out. Oh, I forgot to drink my water. No, it's not a thing.
Yeah. Shall we get to number 2?
I thought we were on number 3.
No, number 1 was routine. Unless
number 1 was laugh more.
Oh, okay, got it.
Number 2 is pee in the shower.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so we are on number 3.
Yeah, we're on number 3.
Okay, so number 4 is.
So you said, okay, we're on number 3. Okay, so number 4.
So now we're on number 4. Well, now we're transitioning to number 4.
What was number 3 then?
Routine?
Oh, 3 is routine.
Yeah.
Consistently pee in the shower. Okay,
Yes.
good. Got it.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, organization. For one, organization is super important because our environment, like what's around us, is a physical manifestation of what's in our mind. So
Ooh.
if you want to make faster decisions, if you want to make higher quality decisions, I know for sure that like having an open environment and having a clean and also neat environment is paramount. It's absolutely paramount.
If it's crazy in your house, it's crazy in your mind.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe, actually, I'm thinking about this. I'm going to need to vacuum after this. I was thinking about this. Crazy, like environment, crazy in your mind. Maybe, maybe not. I think that's the whole point of like yoga and presence and getting yourself into that space. So it's like no matter how chaotic things are outside of you, you can still maintain a sound and peaceful mind. However, it makes it a lot more challenging if you're trying to be organized in your mind, calm in your mind, but there's clothes on the couch, socks on the floor, dishes piled up in the sink, the floor is like dirty, papers are scuffled everywhere all over your desk. You can't find shit. You've got 13 sticky notes on the computer. Like it's chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to be organized and like calm in your mind and body when you see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you guys who are neat, who have a neat environment basically throughout the year, my encouragement to you is keep a neat environment even during the holidays. During the holidays, we know that there is the special holiday decoration. So by default, more things are, like around. Like I'll tell you, we're in this currently where we are, we're in a house for 2 months before we move to a place that we're going to live for a bigger portion of time. But because it's the holidays, Erin decided that she wants to decorate it to some degree, right? So we have
Look at our lights.
So she's like, I know that we're going to be here for a couple of weeks, but I really want to decorate the house. So like she got extra things. So whether or not like you lived in the same house for the last 10 years or 2 months, guarantee you that you probably have holiday decoration. Go ahead and drop decor in the chat.
Decor.
If you do have your Christmas decoration, and that's aside from, like also like it's the time of the year where, like a lot of people like to have a tree and gifts and, that requires like wrapping and boxes and there's just more
and
shit
there's people
out there.
Coming over.
Exactly. So point is, if you're already neat in general, keep your environment neat, even with the extra things.
I saw Daisy's house. It's
I didn't.
Legit clutch.
I didn't.
Daisy.
What the heck?
Go on social media. What the heck?
Okay. And then if you have a tendency to not keep your house neat, my encouragement to you is like just spend 5 minutes per day, like tackling one area. Maybe it's putting the dishes away. Maybe it's, like if there's things by one of the corners where there's like a coffee table or something, like just do something about it. The reason why most people who get to a point where their house is too messy is because they let go of the daily or weekly or whatever routine, scheduled habit, whatever that looks like to you, of keeping their environment neat, and things just piled up and piled up and piled up. And just like anything else, the more that we tolerate, the more shit piles up. It's just like, it starts with, like, oh yeah, I'll just have one candy. And before you know it, the one candy is, like an entire like season of just eating a bunch of shit and having zero accountability to it. So like big things start really small. So if you want to have order in your mind, you got to have order in your environment. And to have order in your environment, it doesn't mean like, okay, now block off everything that you have in the next 3 days and just, like get your shit together, right? I'm not saying that. What I am saying is dedicate a small period of time on a regular basis to make sure that the standard of organization is being kept to some degree, because otherwise it's going to be a shit show. Yeah.
Okay. This is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Daisy said decor galore.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole said decor AF.
Oh.
I think they should have a decor face off.
Oh, yeah, I would agree.
Mm-hmm. So here's Daisy's. Hold on, let's see if we can turn on.
Oh, is that a video?
No, it's not a video. It's I'll show you guys. Hold on. How do I? Oh, there we go. Look at that.
That is pretty.
This scroll.
Oh, that's pretty. Nice job, Daisy. The house looks neat too. You see that?
It's neat, but it's decor.
I like that hallway. Good job, Daisy. That hallway is goals. Aw. Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
Hold on. I said I would show them. I told them I'll show them. Okay. Oh yeah. Oops. This way. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh, get out of here. Oops.
Instacart.
Oops. Okay. Wow.
Also, while you're doing this, because there was an Instacart notification, leverage your time so that you can do what's more meaningful. For example, if you can, let's say if you're like, oh my God, I feel so pressed for time. We use Instacart on a regular basis because, whether it's, oh my gosh, like we're out of greens, but we still have a shit ton of cucumbers and peppers and all the other veggies for the salad. Like instead of taking 30 minutes just to get a thing of mixed greens, it's like delegate it to someone else. So Instacart is a really great way where we like to leverage our time and still keep our standards. Cool.
Okay,
all right.
Cool.
Shall we go into the next one?
Yeah, there's actually something I had ordered here.
Okay. That you'd written?
No.
You ordered? Okay,
No,
so I'll just get to the next one. Okay, so the next piece is movement. So here's the deal. I was having a conversation with someone and they were talking about how they used to be really active until they weren't. And here's how the game works. A body in motion wants to stay in motion and a body at rest wants to stay at rest. There's nothing wrong with you if you haven't moved. It is simply physics. And physics is a part of literally laws of nature. So it's like trying to defy gravity. Don't try to defy gravity because that's what keeps, like the earth together. So the same thing also happens with motion. The more you move on a regular basis, the more you'll find yourself having less resistance to move. And the less you move on a regular basis, the more difficult it will be. And for someone who is starting out, I would rather you start with 15 minutes of movement every single day than 30 minutes of movement 3 times per week. Why? From a behavioral pattern, the more we do something on a consistent basis, the more likely we are to develop a habit. And my intention, in order to help people achieve their goals and sustain it for years and decades beyond, is to be able to develop habits. So I'm not necessarily for someone who is, starting out, unless they have some kind of injuries. I won't put overemphasis on the mechanics. Instead, I will put a bigger emphasis on the bigger picture, which is consistency. So it's like, okay, how can I break something in a way, or like just break a pattern in a way that I remove as many points of resistance as possible to increase consistency overall. So I'm not sure where you're at in terms of consistency when it comes to movement. If you haven't been consistent for at least 30 days, my encouragement to you starting today is do 15 minutes of movement every single day. You can go for a walk outside. You can do, 15 body weight squats every single minute on the minute for 15 minutes. You can rotate. Minute 1, maybe do 15 squats. Minute 2, do 15 push-ups. Minute 3, do 15 sit-ups. Do that 5 times. So the more we give ourselves positive patterns, the more our brain will look to continue these positive patterns. So that's my point. Did you say you wanted to share anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. The next piece is bedtime.
Oh.
So obviously during the holiday season, there's just a lot more things happening. You know what I mean? There's holiday parties, there's gatherings, there is, fun things to do, truthfully. And that can go into our bedtime. Having a consistent bedtime routine is actually going to have a ripple effect on everything that we talked about up until now. So bedtime is huge. And let's talk about what happens. Like, for example, tonight, we're going to be off of our bedtime.
Well, first, let's talk about this. In a perfect world, what time would you go to bed? What time would you go to bed?
In a perfect world?
Yeah. Well, hold on. We live in a perfect world. But if you could change your bedtime and it could be any time, what time would it be?
We've been going to bed at 8:30.
I'm not saying what time are we going to, what have been going to bed. I'm saying, when would you go to bed?
This time of year, between 8 and 8:30.
Oh.
What about you?
I'd go to bed at 7:30.
Oh my gosh, that's way too early. That's like dinner time. Where I come from, that's dinner time.
Yeah, where you come from, where I come from, dinner time's at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Where I come from.
But I asked you too, what time? You know what's so funny about asking this question is, like, you could change your bedtime to be that time any day you choose to.
Yeah.
Would choose to either do other things or go to bed. So funny. So, okay, your question is something around, because we know we'll be going to bed later tonight.
Yeah.
then what?
What do we do on nights where we just know that we have a commitment, that is, let's say, holiday related?
We're going to see Pentatonics tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be super duper cool. But it doesn't start until 30 minutes before my bedtime. So I'm going to, pull an all-nighter basically.
I was talking to my mom today and she said, so early? Why not 9 or 10? I'm like, Mom, would you stop? She's like, here you go. She said, you Americans, you go to bed like chickens.
I don't even care. So yeah. That's where, okay. So when you said, organization, I also thought what could fall underneath that is planning and preparation.
Yeah.
So thinking a couple steps ahead and knowing, hey, okay, we're going to be going to bed around X time tonight. What does our day look like tomorrow? Does the morning look the same? Does it look different? How are we going to structure it to make sure that we get in all the things that we want to without skipping sleep? I think that's everybody's default. I'm not going to say everybody, but that is a massive default, is like, oh, if I want to do more things, instead I just cut out sleep.
Yeah. So that's really good. And my encouragement, whatever it is that you do, maybe move around other things. Do not skip sleep, because here's why.
Or actually watch how much time you're just wasting in a day.
And not just that, like, sleep affects every single decision that we make during the day. So by saying, oh yeah, I'll just, I'll just sleep 5 hours instead of 7 because I got this going on, and then just power through. It's
sometimes, like, there's a time and a place for that.
Sure. But I'm saying, like, okay, let's say if someone's got, like,
I think it just becomes chronic for people, like chronic undersleeping.
Yeah. And that affects the decision-making process and also the intensity in which we lead the day. So definitely something to consider as well. Bedtime. Honor your bedtime. Like it's like a clean meal.
When I had a boyfriend a long time ago, he would tell me I have to get, I he would make fun of me because I had a bedtime and I was very strict about it, and I wanted to get to bed by a certain time. So he would joke like, if I didn't get to bed, I'll turn into a pumpkin. Yes, I will. Get Cinderella home.
Honor your
Stat.
bedtime.
She has a 9-eye date.
Honor your bedtime like that was good. I need to.
Like you'll turn into a pumpkin.
Honor
your bedtime like you'll turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh. Okay, so
lastly,
I'm gonna make it a quick thread post while it's still top of mind. Honor your bedtime like you'll turn into a pumpkin.
If you don't.
Bam. Okay, so lastly is if you like holiday sweets and holiday decadent things, don't not do it. Like, don't like avoid it if this is something that truly like adds joy to your life. However, what gets to be incorporated is sweets allotment, and the same thing goes for like maybe holiday drinks as well,
like an allowance.
Yeah, give yourself an allowance and commit to it, stick to it, and honor that. This is why we chose to do the Fit and Lean Challenge, because the point is, it's like, hey, look, if you've got things happening like in the holidays, and let's say you do want to have that peppermint bark, so good, or like some kind of like holiday eggnog or whatever, don't not go for it. I mean, you choose to do whatever, but let's say if you're like, okay, well, I want to be able to experience that and still feel great about myself going into January, then it is really important to have some kind of allotment, because otherwise things just go by the wayside. And what do we know about alcohol and sugar? It is really easy to continue a pattern. Sugar is the most addictive substance. It is more addictive than cocaine. And
it's socially acceptable.
And alcohol also impairs decision making. And the more alcohol we have day after day after day after day, the more we actually become dependent on it.
I think sugar also impairs decision making.
I would agree. And it increases lack of patience and our level of joy, and it increases crime rates, according to Dr. Furman.
Oh, yeah.
In the last 100 years, one of the reasons why crime rates have increased is because people's diets have been so messed up. It's called, I think, in his book.
It changes our attitudes.
Junk food genocide.
Our chemistry changes with the food we eat, which changes chemistry in our brain.
Yeah.
And we go cuckoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's it for today.
That does it for today. I hope that today's episode brought you a great sense of holiday fun and cheer and warmth. And we're wishing you an incredible, joy-filled weekend. And we will see you on Monday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 a.m. PST.
Bye.
Bye, guys.